Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Mihiri. I hope you're all doing well. It has been a long time that I filmed a video, though I must admit I did film 2 videos that I just did not have the courage to put out there yet. However, I do want to first enter with a more positive, kind of more my calling, my purposeful contribution to society, and then I will put up the other 2s like within the next days. So first of all, I hope you're all doing well. I know I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, but I figured out why, and that is just like 1 day ago, like within the last 24 hours or a little bit more than that, 36 hours I would say roughly, something has changed tremendously, like huge change in my perception of the world. And I must say, it was pretty needed. I got to a place mentally where it's not okay. It was not good. So, what I actually want to introduce here, you might remember my video about my tattoo, Rehumanity. If not, I will put the link, I will try to put it down below. Yeah, I will. Just need to make a note in my own mind that I will. So I put the link down below in case you don't know that. So I do have 4 tattoos. One of them I already described where it originates from, where it comes from, where the motivation came from, and why I wanted to have it for the rest of my life. And I want to talk with you today, or it is linked to my very first tattoo. I'm going to insert a close-up here so that you can see what it is. I do also perceive that as my most beautiful tattoo. I think that every person who has tattoos has a favorite. That's for sure my current favorite. Who knows if I might get more tattoos? Not so sure yet. However, might change in the future. It's not forever. So, what I want to talk about is this dear tattoo, and it says, "Let go." And that's literally the theme and the topic I want to talk about today, because that quote, "Let go," changed for me my entire perception of everything that is going on around me and within me. So I do hope that you will somehow be able to relate to this, or you might notice within yourself. I just want to share this, so even if there's just one person out there who might benefit from the fact of being told what let go can make you do, maybe you start letting go. Who knows? Who knows? It would be wonderful. Even though it is completely up to you if you're interested in this or not, if you need it or you don't need it. So, let go. I noticed within the past 12 months, I would say that when Corona hit, that was literally the moment where my mind went out of sync with my body, with my soul, with my consciousness, with however you want to call it. Your inner alignment. The beginning was still partially, there was the alignment, even when I found Mihiri, when I started this YouTube channel, I started putting videos up there, but they got less and less. The reason therefore is because I got mentally drawn up so much in negative thought patterns, just a very negative mind. Also depression was a big thing. I had thoughts that I would have never thought would come back. I do remember I found Mihiri on the concept of mental health recovery. What I learned over the past 12 months is literally that you can start the journey of recovery, but recovery has no end destination. If you once notice that there is something you have to work on when it comes to your mental health, there's no moment in time where you can actually stop. You have to continue and continue and continue. If you find a way how to make it once and then last for a lifetime, please let me know. But working on your mental health, just as your physical health, like literally, if you eat too many kilos of chocolate on Easter, it's not the topic. I want to talk about let go and what it actually means. So originally, what I got this tattoo for, so I got it in 2018, October, and I got it done in London at a very nice tattoo artist. Like this, like with the accuracy that this has been done, it's remarkable. Like I do have two other tattoos where you see the quality difference, and I also paid a lot of more money for this one, must admit. However, I got this tattoo because my intention was to remind myself more often to just let go of what happened in the past. Leave the things that happened in the past. Don't bring them up continuously and continuously. Don't cling on to your past. Your past is there to learn from, but it's not to define who you are within the moment, because who you are within the moment is completely up to your mental stage and to the choices that you make, so to your mind. Your past might lead you to define who you have become, but not who you are, if that makes sense. There is a kind of gray zone in between, and those ones are like obviously like depending upon each other. There's no clear cut. But when I tell you to just leave the past behind, let go of your past, as hard as it is, like I'm now into the process also again to let go of the past, because it has been brought up again by everything that I've done within the last 12 months. So I want to give you an example of how extreme it got by now. So let's say there's a bird flying past my window. It's nice that there are birds around my place. Yet, instead of thinking, oh, nice birds, my mind nowadays would go to, oh, please don't shit on my car. I really don't want to wash my car. Even if I wash it with something, what do I use to take off bird shit? Even if I touch it, is there anything going to happen to me? Is there even the bird flu? And so on and so on. That would literally be my thought, my voice of thought in my head. So, from the simple perception that there's a bird flying past my window, my thought would jump to a worst case scenario. Even the question is, even if it's a worst case scenario that a bird just poops onto your car, that's like another topic. But I just hope to show you what my mind got into. It's this thought upon thought upon thought upon thought, which would create mental concepts within my mind about a scenario that I don't even know if it happened. That's the first thing. Like, it's pure speculation. And with a bird, it's just an example. It would happen about everything and anything that's happening within my life. There would be many moments where I miss the beauty of the moment just by purely being focused on something negative and something that could happen because of that, and that would be bad. And in a treadmill, that's literally where I would find myself in thoughts, sometimes more extreme than in other times. So let go comes in at the moment where you realize what you are currently putting your mind in. So my goal is to literally see the bird flying past, just being like, oh, there's a bird flying past. Let go. I would want my mind not to even start having these worst case scenario thoughts within. If they happen, they may happen, and it might start with, oh, please don't shit onto my car. In that moment, I might even realize, I don't know if it shit onto my car. It doesn't matter. Just let go of this thought. Don't get yourself drawn into that. Just let go. And so, the reason why I'm doing that is there are two things why I'm doing that. First of all, because of self-fulfilling prophecy. Some of you might know what it is, some of you might not. So, it is a psychological thing that is just normal to do as a human being. Or confirmation bias. Those are the two things that we do psychologically anyway. It is a bias, so it means you can work on it, but you can never reduce it to zero. That's mind-wise impossible, but you can work on it. You can try it to get it as close to zero as possible. So what would happen if I have this thought, oh, the bird pooped onto my car, please, do I not need to clean it? What do I use? First of all, it's an energy spent on like a thought pattern where it's just like, you don't even know if the bird pooped onto your car. And even if it did, how bad of a deal is it? It might just rain the next day and it's washed off. So I would just like spend energy over energy. Like, this is just one example. This is happening the entire day, 12 hours at least, if I'm longer awake, even longer, with the smallest things that happen. So this would happen. My energy would flow out of me. And I would be wondering in the evening or even sometimes in the morning, waking up, why I have so low levels of energy. No wonder why I cannot focus long for university, because my mind is caught up in 10,000 thoughts. And then also the fact that most of them are focused upon the worst case outcome, worst case scenario. They are pretty negative. Like, I've been drawn towards negativity. It's a long time ago that I actually have been so negative. Also possessed by depressive thoughts. Like, I always thought that I would talk about recovery. I questioned my state of recovery multiple times throughout this pandemic already. I am completely admitting that. I had thoughts in my mind where I thought that would not be possible before. So I completely understand if you also had depression and anxiety reoccurring with Corona. Let me tell you, I do think that it's completely normal. Like, there's no reason for yourself to beat yourself up, to be annoyed by it, to blame yourself, to be mad about yourself. There's literally the quote coming in: let go. So, but the two reasons, like I explained, one, I don't want to lose that much energy upon thinking. Then also the link to confirmation bias. So what I mean also by energy is, next time I would step out of my door, I would actually spend energy by walking around my car and checking if there's bird poo on my car roof or anywhere on my car. I would spend energy going around my car checking. And even in the end, I still don't know if the bird pooped onto my car roof and rain washed it off. So what I just tried to explain to you is literally the energy spent that I would give into just the smallest thought. It's crazy to me. It's literally crazy, and no wonder that I got myself into this kind of treadmill behavior, drawn to the worst case outcomes everywhere. Like, just so where let go comes in is literally the soonest moment that I perceived something happening. And I just hope that this helps some of you. So how you are going to apply let go is literally you try to first acknowledge your inner self-talk. So that would mean your thoughts that you're having towards a certain occasion, something you see, something you perceive, something you noticed. It would literally be the first step to actually acknowledge that there are even thoughts and that there is this voice. People who are out there who deny that they do have an inner voice, that they do have inner talk, first start trying to find your inner talk and acknowledge that it's there. That's really the basic that you need in order to work towards being able to let go. Second thing is, start to observe where your thoughts are going. So you could already, first you just observe where your thoughts are going. You thought about this, interesting, then it led to this, then it led to this, interesting. So you first just notice what happens. At one point, you also then start as the third step to maybe say and identify if your thought pattern has been positive or negative. However, you become very aware about your attitude towards things, about your perception, what you focus on. And so that is then the fourth step, kind of. Fifth step is introducing letting go. Once you notice that you are in those thought patterns and you are going from wave to wave to wave, from thought to thought to thought, you remind yourself to just let go. First times it will be hard to let go. Those thoughts might come back and you might get into those waves again. No worries, might happen. Just try to remind yourself to let go again. And at one point, also really let go of trying to let go. Just like let it be. If there are more thoughts and if your brain needs this right now to get into this like mode, let it go and let it happen. If it really has to happen, it's going to happen anyway. So you can try to let go as much as you want, but try to do it as many times as you can throughout the day, throughout like whatever thoughts you have. Then the sixth step is actually trying to implement letting go as soon as possible once you had a thought. So for me, it would literally be my aim to get myself to, okay, Lena, just let go after I already perceived the bird flying by, so that I even don't get myself into putting energy to think that there might be bird poo somewhere. So things like that. And you can do that step by step. You can do it with some thoughts. You can try at one point, you might be able to do it with all thoughts. And what happens is, first of all, you will not lose that much thinking energy upon seeing things. Second, you will also notice that those negative thoughts are for sure not serving you well. Like they rather take energy than they give you energy. You don't need to be prepared for any worst case things. If they happen, you will know within the moment what to do anyway. Just trust yourself. Perceive yourself as a respectful person. Like respect yourself. Literally admitting that you have to be kind to yourself. Don't tell yourself, don't think any further, because by doing so there's another like side kind of lesson I would love to share with you. If you tell a person to stop doing something, you tell them off. Sometimes people connect it to a condition, stop doing that, otherwise I will take it away. That's with a condition. We don't need to talk about that. In general, telling people off to not do something, not to think something, not to feel something. When you do that over time, obviously you can train people through that. That's like Pavlov training, if you know that, with a dog. So you train a person, and what you're doing by telling somebody off and you're using a loud voice, you are becoming angry, you make that person feel bad. You make that person feel guilt. It's the same when you talk with yourself. Yourself is just like another person. So that's even what people mean with when you look at the mirror, give yourself compliments, stuff like that. You should treat yourself just as you would love to be treated by your best friend. I don't like this phrasing, treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. No. Treat yourself like you would like to be treated by your best friend. It's a little bit more complex, but I think you know what I mean. So, what I want to say is you make that person feel guilty. You make yourself feel guilty. That will mean a lowering within your self-esteem. When you do feel guilt, you change your behavior accordingly. So, if you tell yourself, don't think any longer, you will make yourself feel bad for thinking, which is not bad at all. We all do it. There's no guilt that has to be combined with the action of thinking. So don't use don'ts or do nots or not dare you. That's a vocabulary use that you also don't wish to be told by your best friend, right? You would love and appreciate caring, kind way of reminding you. And that's why I think let go is such a better motivational force behind this sentence than telling yourself to stop thinking. Because once you tell yourself stop thinking, all you do is gonna focus on the fact that you're thinking. So you're going to lose even more energy upon something that you want to change actually about yourself. So you start introducing let go, please. Try to use that sentence. So you try to notice which thoughts you have. As an addition, what will happen, you will also be able to identify your attitude towards certain things. You will notice the negativity that's coming along with everything. Obviously, we are in a moment of crisis, of big questions, of uncertainty. We are worried. We are inside worried, like subconscious. I'm not constantly in the worry, but because it's subconsciously and it's happening out of control, because I don't even perceive it happening, I don't even notice, it feels so normal to me to have those negative thinking patterns that I don't even notice how harmful they are. I just noticed through a very big wake-up call how negative I've been thinking and what it cost. So yeah, I just wish to be able to give you a very big hug right now. I think it is a lot to take in, a lot to reflect upon. If there's anything that I noticed that I forgot, I will for sure do another video upon this. It has been a big step for me within already now the 24 hours to have filmed. Now this video is just a big proof for me that I'm actually back on a right track. I would love to film another video for you about the fact that I was just missing my purpose. Did not really feel it. I did not really sense it. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. I think that might be the next video. And I also still have 2 old videos, which I for sure will upload. They are about Corona and our attitude towards, so I can already promote this a little bit. Watch out, they will be out soon. I might have to edit them, but I don't think that there was a lot to edit. So yeah, I hope you are doing well. Take care of your loved one, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Let go.